we'll kind of set him up this way. 1, 2, 3, bam. She's knocking him over. After she knocks him over, we'll fix him up. So we've got a couple things happening here. She's balancing with her gross motor muscles. She's working her hand-eye coordination. Good girl. On this station, we're gonna start to work the lean over the bar. She's gonna lean over the bar and pop some popcorn. You can put kind of anything right here, but she's balancing now a different way. She's leaning and she's popping the popcorn. Over here, I'm gonna help you guys go upside down today. Charlie, you wanna help me? Charlie, watch how Charlie can go upside down. This is not gonna be for everyone. We might skip it. If they're not feeling it, we might skip it. So check it out. She's gonna go upside down. 1, 2, Super Charlie. She's a butterfly. Yay! You're a butterfly. Of course, the benefits of inversion are endless. We know they're specifically really, really good for our vestibular system and how we develop our balance and coordination. Good girl. Proprioception swing. It's full of air. Can't anticipate where they are in space, so they have to figure it out. Good for their body awareness. Over here, we're setting it. She's going to sit on the swing. And we're going to use her feet to grab these scarfies. 1, 2, and we're going to help her. We're going to facilitate the motion until they get the hang of it. Lou, you're right. And she got it. She got 2 of them. On this bar right here, Annie, you want to show us? Come here, Annie girl. Annie's going to stand up here, and she's going to hit the balloon with her hands. So now it's a different kind of balance station. 1, where they're having their hands and their feet on the bar. She has hands here. She has her feetsies here. And if this is not for your class, if they're not ready for this, then you can just stand on the floor. That's fine. Focus on hands. And then alternate. So she's coming to the midline with both of her hands, 1 at a time, and safely down. Well done, Annie. Our last couple stations, a hand-eye coordination station here. We're gonna give them a noodle, and they're gonna hit it like T-ball. On this one, we're gonna see if anyone's interested in hanging. Madeline, do you wanna help me? We're gonna see if anyone's interested in hanging. This is an optional station. We're gonna tickle their hands. We're not gonna hold over their hands, but we're just gonna see if they wanna high five the bar. 1, 2, get it, 1, 2, and we're gonna do a safe drop down. Good girl. Yay! And that's what we're doing on bars. Thank you. Okay, we're doing a lot of midline work on bars today. We're doing gross motor balances with fine motor twists also. So that's kind of our bar focus. Watch my friend Angie. Ha! I got her. So she's gonna balance. We're gonna do a nice wide toes. She's gonna go from her right to her mid, take over with her left, and out we go. Right, mid, left, out. We're gonna take our time. Right, mid, left, out. Now she can do one. Can you get it with this hand now? Oh, she did it. She's so good. Angie, you did that. Over here, we're gonna balance, row your boat style. And we're gonna stand up and we're gonna kick it. We're gonna kick it. Kick. Look, this is a good way to see maybe they're starting to be right motor dominant or left motor dominant. We can swing in our swing. Over here, we're gonna high five the bar, or we're gonna hang and drop with mommy or daddy's help. The only way we're gonna help them grip is to tickle. Tickle. Let's see. Whoa! 1, 2, 3. Let go, I got you.
On Sunday, and then by Tuesday they're like,
wow, Angie, do you want to let go? Yay! If they don't want to hold on, that's fine. They can just high five the bar, high five the bar, high five the bar. Okay, we've got some sitting and balance stations. So now they're sitting, they're balancing, and let's see what they're doing with their hands.
more speed.
Yeah, good baby. Mila's sitting. She's holding, and yes, we've got 1, 2, 3. We're stacking. Let's go. Yes. Now I'm gonna hand this to you, and you do it. And this one, 3. buzzers. We can also use our sticks.
Constant.
But that looks like it's a little lame, so maybe we'll give him something harder. She's using her fingers, maybe she's using one finger. Then we've got a couple other kinds of swings. Swing, we can stand and swing on that one. And remember, if you have a big class, you want to add a bunch of extra stations on the side or an obstacle course for them to go to. This one. Good job, Natalia. Did it. Show me this one too. This one.
Ready? And spin. Spin. Spin.
Good job. Why did you want to do this? Remember you loved it? I'm pretty sure you loved it. Let's see if you can take a kitty cat. One, two, look at this girl. And then we've got some extra ones over here. Watch Maverick. Super Maverick.
Good job.
Check this out. Right. Good, and we can stand. Yeah, we've got some exercise stations. Cube sorter, climbing, flower planting. There we go. Where's your nose? Okay. Are you ready? 1, 2, up, leg, over. Piece, here's a bar setup that you guys can do. We're gonna sit like we're riding a horsey on here, and we can track the balloon. We can use our hand-eye coordination to hit the balloon, or if they're little guys, they can practice pulling the balloon down and up using these strings that are dangling. Look at our balancers over here. They're doing gross motor balance with their big muscles. We put a few bells in here just so that they can practice coming to their midline, coming away from their midline. Over here, Noah is relaxing on the saucer swing. He's relaxing, and you know what? That's a good point because this slow rocking motion, this input is a relaxing input. If we spun him really fast and then added some abrupt stops, that's a much more stimulating input. Both are good for our balance and coordination development, but two different applications of that. In the silk, we would spin really fast and add a hard stop so that they work their proprioception, which is essentially their body awareness without seeing the ground. They just feel where they are in space. Over here, we've got a car wash station. It's a sensory station. They're sitting in the billabos, which are supposed to be very good for your core muscles. They're balancing inside them, and they're going through these really sensory-rich pom-poms that are very crunchy and very colorful and noisy and good for them. There's a swing back here for them to just practice swinging. And then we have a music bar where we've tied some musical instruments and they're practicing tracking, using their hand-eye coordination, and listening to the different sounds that they make. If you had a very big class, I would say put some extra stations out because remember with your Mommy and Me classes, you always want a minimum of 6 stations and you always want at least 2 more activities than you have kids in your class so that nobody's waiting around and everybody has choices to go to. That's what we're doing in Wee Pieces. Okay. We're laying, we're rocking, closer, farther, good for our ocular control, or we're standing at the bar, working our gross motor balance muscles, pulling bar in, out, engaging our core muscles. We've got a blind landing, we've got a proprio swing, we've got a vestibular swing, Over on this side, we've got some music stations where they're practicing reaching and grabbing, a pre-catch station. On the opposite side, can you show me something? Can you climb up and hit a buzzer? McKenna's not in this class, but she's just going to demonstrate it for us. You can climb up if we're climbers, hit it. We've got Superman baby swings over here. We're going to go in the silk today and go spin, spin, spin. And then over here, we've got a sit. Again, you can do 3 things here. You can sit and rock, stand and rock, or lay on their tummy and work their neck muscles. Over here, we're going to do water table. Look at you. Stand up. Where they're standing up, pushing this around. If you have little babies, move it to the floor, okay? And then we've got some ancillary stations here in case you have a big class. All right, we've got some sort of ramp. You don't have to have a beam, but use something else. You can even buy a PVC pipe at Lowe's and use it, and you can use it for a lot of things. It's also in another lesson plan, so it might be something you want to have on hand. All they're doing is one of 2 things. If they don't have their palmar reflex anymore, they're older than 6 months, they've shed it, they're practicing pre-throw, they're practicing releasing things voluntarily. If they still have a palmar reflex, then mommy or daddy is going to let the cars ride down the ramp, and they're going to work on their depth perception. So as something gets farther away, or closer to our face, our eye muscle contracts or expands, strengthens our ocular muscle, improves our eyesight, and our control of our eyeball. Okay, over here we've got blind landings. We do a lot of them, so they can't see the ground. They can just feel the ground when when they make contact with the ground, helps them understand where their body is in space and helps improve their peripheral. Ada is swinging towards mama and away from mama, and she's cracking up. We're spinning in the silk really fast, so we're getting that rotary input, that vestibular input that helps us improve our balance and coordination. Deacon is on a sensory bar. We've got balloons, we've got flowers, we've got bells, we've got things that make noise, things that have texture. Over here, we've just hung a bunch of stuff from our little spinner, and we're practicing hand-eye coordination. So mommy's pushing it away, and they're catching it. And then this swing here, we're gonna practice going nice big movements, like a nice big slow swing with an abrupt stop so that they really work their proprioception. So what happens is when you build this rhythm, it's nice, they start to anticipate it and it starts to relax them. That's why rocking your baby is calming to them. They anticipate it. But when you add an abrupt stop, all of a sudden they become hyper aware of where they are in space, and it really improves their body awareness. Okay, so that's what we're doing on bars. And then remember to have some extra stations for your big baby classes so that there's somewhere for everyone to go. Yeah, if you want to go out and look at all the little stations, then you can do that. Should we do the boat? Okay, check out what Paisley's doing. So you can do this a couple different ways. We've hung something from the bar. She's laying down on this little ladybug rocker, and she's trying, the goal is to go head below heart. She's been like that for a while, so she's getting all the wonderful benefits of inversion, which we know is a vestibular input, which we know is really good for developing our balance and coordination. We want to disrupt that inner ear system and help them to organize faster. Over here, if they're pulling to stand, they're going to pull themselves to stand, balance on this rocker, play around with these buzzers. If they're little babies and they're tummy timers, or they're on all fours practicing their rocking, we're just going to put it here and they'll do their tummy time here. Look at the buzzers before they go. Over here, we've just got a swing, which we know, again, has wonderful vestibular benefits. If you swing slowly, calming input, and then you add an abrupt hit to it, all of a sudden it becomes more of a propriosensory integration exercise, because now they're also very aware of where their body is in space, so they realize they can't anticipate the movement anymore. So it's vestibular, but it's also good proprio. Over here, we've just got the climbing station for those babies who are practicing their stair climbs. Maybe they're even high-fiving the bar, getting used to pre-grip on the bar. Over here, we have a little sensory center. So we've just hung some balloons, we've hung some musical instruments, and we have some of these little sensory spot markers down here so they can explore. This would be a good station if you had some little mirrors, you give them mirrors. And then we've added for our little babies, they're in these billabos, which are supposed to be good for their core muscles. They rock like that and they keep them in that crunch position. Over here, we've got a sit, watch Henry play. He's gonna show us this one. Come here, Henry. He's gonna sit. This is for your older babies. So either we just sit and rock, or they can sit, hold, and rock. And then you like this one, you can do this one. This one's kind of like the effect of like a mobile, like at home if you had a mobile over their crib. They're gonna lay down, they're gonna watch it spin over their head and take in all the colors. You can practice pulling them down. You could kind of thread objects on it if you wanted, like if you had some balls with holes on it, you can kind of thread it in and they can practice pulling those objects off the bar with a little hand-eye coordination. So this is what we have today. It's a smaller class today, so I've only set up stations on the bars. Remember, if you have a big class, you're gonna wanna branch out and set up extra stations or at least a little area for them, balls, something like that, so that everyone has a place that they can go and choose to be.